Hey, what's up everybody? Chad here with another collaboration video. Joe Anthony and I decided to team up again, but we decided to ask another great reviewer, a fellow friend. This guy's from the UK, he goes by Greggy Boy, for our top 5 winter night out fragrances. So let's get this started, okay? So my top 5 are, number 1 would be Bulgari Black, the good old hockey puck, the tire if you want to call it. The opening is a little tough, it can be a little strong. It's got that rubber, that tire feel, but during the dry down, it's really nice. It's a sensuous vanilla, very sweet. It really makes it worth it. One of my personal favorites. I really like to wear this when it gets cold. Another one would be Givenchy Play Intense. Hopefully the camera can pick that up. It's very sweet. It's not overly bearing, but it's nice. It's got that coffee note. I get a little bit of a gourmand vibe from it. Very nice, great for sweetness. It brings out your playful personality. One it could be really strong, but it came out a few years ago and it's getting a lot of love, and that is good old Viktor & Rolf Spice Bomb. This has a lot of cinnamon. It could be really, like I said, it could be strong. So if you over apply, you're going to be hitting everybody in the room, but also yourself. Great fragrance. I'm glad I gave this one a shot when I bought it. Love it. And the packaging is brilliant. If you want to dress up, you know, and be a little bit more sophisticated, this is a great fragrance. This screams sophistication, maturity, and it's a gentleman smell. Michael Kors for men. It's got a lot of incense, got a lot of tobacco with some spices. That's what I get. It's a little strong, kind of reminds me of an 80s powerhouse to some degree, but it's not as in your face. This is a great night out for dinners, for parties, for even clubs, or even lounges. You'll definitely stand out if you wear this one, all right? And my last for top 5 favorite, this one doesn't get a lot of talk about in the community, and that is Christensen New York. It's a very sexy fragrance. Like, I love Perrier LSM for the summertime. This is my winter sexy fragrance, my top one. This is Perrier LSM for the wintertime, in my opinion. It's got some amber, some spices. It's hard to describe, it really is, but it's sexy as can be. So guys, that is my top 5 favorites for winter nights out. Greg, take it away, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Chadster. Some nice picks in there, mate. I think probably Bulgari Black out of your picks was my favourite, but some under the radar ones, as you always come up with. Always like to watch your selections. So I'm going to now give you guys my 5 picks for top winter night out fragrances. So number 1, this is one that I've actually really recently reviewed. This is Marc Jacobs Bang. Just show you the bottle. Look at the detail on that. Absolutely beautiful bottle. So this one is all about pepper. It's got black pepper, pink pepper, and white pepper in here. One of the other key characteristics is a really sort of damp, mossy wood smell. It's like damp cedar, moist cedar. And you've got vetiver and patchouli in here. It's quite linear, to be honest, but very well blended. Really caught me by surprise. Love this one, wearing a lot of it. So that's Marc Jacobs Bang. Second one on my list. This is one that's getting very hard to find now. This is a Gucci fragrance, and this is from the days when Gucci actually used to make decent fragrances. Gucci Envy. I've only just picked this up actually. I'm going to take the lid off, which is easier said than done, just so that you can see that beautiful green juice in there. So yeah, it's probably one of the 2 best Gucci fragrances ever released in my opinion. Gucci Pour Homme, the original being the other. Right, Gucci Pour Homme 2 is great as well. So I'm not going to talk too much about this because I'm going to do a full review, but this one's centred around ginger and incense. You also get vanilla, amber and woods in there, but a whole lot more as well. It's really well blended and it's a really complex fragrance, and I love this one. So that's Gucci Envy, that's my number 4. Number 3, this is from the By Kilian house. I'm going to show you the bottle first. This is the Travel Atomizer. Look at the beautiful detail on there. And the fragrance is Straight to Heaven. This is the pick from the line for me. The line is Louvre Noir or L'Oeuvre Noir, and that contains your Black to Blacks and your Prelude to Loves, etc. This is the only one that's really bottle worthy for me. So this is a rum based fragrance. Starts off real boozy rum accord. You get lots of cedar, you get patchouli, you get some nutmeg. It's fruity, it's musky, it's boozy, just beautiful fragrance, and definitely suggest you get your nose on it, because probably in my top 3 or 4 personal favourites of all time. So that's Straight to Heaven by Kilian. Number 2 on my list, it's one that won't come as any surprise, and you will all know this one. This is Thierry Mugler Amen Pure Malt, or Angel Men Pure Malt. Not one of my absolute favourite fragrances, but for winter's night out, which this video is about, this is perfect. So it smells like Scotch whisky that's been aged in wooden casks, and that's what it's basically trying to do. Very boozy fragrance, got some vanilla and other things in there, but perfect for a winter's night out. It's got the DNA of the original Amen or Angel Men, but it's different enough on its own to stand up as a fragrance. It's exactly what a flanker should be. A really good fragrance. That's Angel Men Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. And number 1 on my list, this is from Master Perfumer Maurice Roussel, and this is his finest creation in my opinion. Bond Number 9 New Harlem. This is the one that everyone talks about being like syrup and cinnamon pancakes. Now definitely syrup and cinnamon, you get that from it. You also get really smooth fresh coffee beans and lots of lavender. A similar fragrance to another Maurice Roussel fragrance called Rocharman, but this one is the big daddy of that. This is like a late bottled vintage port to Rocharman being a ruby port. Everything in here is better, and there are distinct differences between them as well. They're not identical, they're just similar. So there you go, my top pick, Bond Number 9 New Harlem. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Thanks to Chad, and thanks to the man that I'm now going to pass you over to. Those 2 guys asked me to be in this video. 2 top guys. I'm going to pass you over now to Joe Anthony. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Greg, for that introduction. What's going on, everybody? Joe here today. Also got to mention, Greg, I got to check out that by Kilian. And definitely, Chad, I will be checking out that Christensen, New York. Great choices. It's my turn. It's actually pretty cold in winter this year. This is actually going to be a cold winter for Atlanta. What I'll be wearing during those winter nights when I want to be really sexy. Number 1, I'm going in backwards order. So number 1, you probably know it. Cafe Rose from Tom Ford. Super sexy rose with a little bit of powder, a little bit of incense. This is mostly pretty much a rose bomb, and it has a little bit of coffee, but it doesn't live up to the cafe of coffee kind of vibe. Like, it's not a dominant coffee note, but there's coffee in there. Number 2, I will be wearing Prada Amber Pour Homme Intense. Really sexy, slightly soapy, a little bit of citrus is also in the introduction. Incense, you're gonna get a little bit of like vanilla tonka kind of thing. It's kind of resinous. It has a lot going on. It's definitely not like the regular Prada Amber Pour Homme that was soapy. So this will be number 2 that I'll be wearing a lot of. Prada. Number 3 is one of my more recent purchases, and I love this juice. This is great stuff, and I even love the bottle. Eat All by Luban. Boozy, just rum and rum with woods and leather. Just sexy stuff. Gorgeous bottle. This is the EDP version. They have an EDT. This is EDP. Number 3, Eat All by Luban. Number 4 still is pretty underrated, and which is surprising because it shouldn't be. It is a flanker. The original is a classic or semi-classic. This one is better than the original, in my opinion, and in the eyes of a lot of other people. Let's get this. Let's make a push for Armani Code Ultimate, aka Code U. Slightly powdery citrus Tonka kind of vibe. Good stuff. Better projection, better overall performance than the regular Code. Code U at number 4. And finally, this scent is different. I do not recommend anybody blind buy this scent the way I did. I almost thought I would have shot myself in the foot, but I really grew to love this scent rather quickly in the short amount of time that I have it. This was another recent acquisition of mine, and it's coming from the underrated niche house, Imaginary Authors, Cobra and the Canary. I really like this juice. I like this juice, and Memoirs of a Trespasser would have fit this role, but I like this because I like to be different and like just completely unique. Sometimes I want to be daring sexy, and this is that. You're gonna get lemon citrus kind of vibe. You're gonna get some tobacco leaf. You're gonna get some asphalt, which makes it kind of smoky, slightly powdery, but all in all, it's a good scent. And there's leather in here too. Try the line, guys. The whole house is just amazing. But this one is my personal favorite from the line, just because I like weird stuff. So there are my top 5 for the winter nights of 2013. Thank you, Chad, again. Thank you, Greg, for getting me involved in this collaboration. This was awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your top 5 scents are for the winter nights. Let me know any thoughts. Let us know any thoughts, any opinions. Let us know anything. Alright, I'm Joe, and I'll see you all later.